All right, so I'm just gonna be going over just how I kind of just build my narrative, and I'm just gonna be focusing on Friday. So this is just gonna be a recap of Friday, and just me kind of just showing us how I build my narrative overall in price. Right. So one thing I do first is just mark up the ranges, right? Because one thing that's very important to me to build my narrative is to just know whether we're in premium or discount, right? And it does come with direction on which range you should be marking out and which range you should be kind of using that for your narrative, right? Because let's kind of go back to all right. So because we could say like, okay, we could mark out this range, right? And we could mark it out from this, right? Because this is manipulation right in this. Or we could even just say this one as well, right? Manipulation right there, manipulation right there. And maybe, I don't know, SMTs might be holding up at these highs. I don't know. It's indeed not. But yeah, so I mean, it doesn't really matter. You could just overall where we're in price, we'll still be in discounts either way. So just understanding that, you could come with the idea of, oh, we're in discounts, so we could be bullish, right? And we have manipulation right there, right? But I use that for Thursday, right? Kind of just understanding that we're in discounts and I could be bullish intraday, right? And be bullish just for my time period of, market open and 30 minutes into or like after market open, right? Which I mean, we were bullish for like a couple hours once the market open hit. So understanding that, right? Because I mean, you wouldn't want to be using this type of thing just because overall in price, if we're reacting off of, or if we're just analyzing price overall, and you're seeing that, oh, we use that discount of the range, right? Us of us being in discounts of the range, right, for Thursday, and it ended up just being a rebalance move to seek more manipulation or to seek more liquidity lower in price. So ideally, price just seems like it wants to target overall lower and target this low, right? So we wouldn't want to be using this range. So let's go on the lower time frame, right? Which one or which range just seems the best, right? This has manipulation right here, plus this one has manipulation right here. So we'll use this range. And seeing price overall, we do look like we're heading towards premium and we could be bears just because, I mean, we have this OB as well. Price might want to go into premium, tap into this, respect it, also respecting this big SIBI and just continue price lower, right? So let's go in the 1 minute, right? Looking at price overall and on the lower time frame, what do you see? We're building very, just low resistance liquidity, right? We just come down and manipulate, right? So we do tap into premium, right? And I did take longs right up here. And the reason why was because I seen that we had manipulation right here, plus we were respecting this OB right here. So, I mean, as you can see, with that internal manipulation respect of OB, we did go higher and seek this manipulation, also tapping into premium. So you would be like, why would you be bullish, right? We already tapped into premium. But in my head, I just seen that price just if we wanted to seek for better liquidity or just better manipulation higher to actually go lower and not just like tap into premium by like, like 2 points and using this as the main cause of manipulation to just full on cause a reversal to go lower, right? I just thought that we should seek more manipulation higher, right? Better manipulation, if anything, right? So with that thought process, I just figured that this would be a rebalance move, right? We've gone the hard time frame as well. We would be respecting this SIBI right here, plus this OB right down there. And I mean, yeah, manipulation, OB, seek higher. Could just be rebalance, you just go higher, right? And price to seek for more manipulation. If anything, this looks like the best DOL for price to, reach to full on cause a reversal because we, if anything, we would be deeper in premium and we would seek out nice manipulation up here as well. So I longed right there, stops right here, and I should have got edge on my stop loss. So I kind of got looked out. Ideally, my stop loss should have been down at this low, but I had it right there and I did not get stopped out and TP did get hit. So I don't typically trade pre-market, but I kind of just woke up and I was not planning to trade on Friday and I kind of just seen what price was doing and I just placed on a quick long entry, right? So my thought process was right. We did seek higher and we did manipulate this also in deep premium and we have a big manipulation move, right? So this is 5 minutes before 5 minutes before market opens, right? What do we do? Okay. We full on inverse this gap. What do we do now? we displace higher, right? So we could just be continuing higher if anything, right? Using these as like, oh, PXH, right? Also this one as well, just wants to do more deeper rebalance, right? But then what do? Displace way more heavily. And one thing I will say that could also just benefit you guys as well is you got to understand which displacement is really valid, right? Because one thing to kind of confirm which displacement is valid is if you look at the overall candles that we are producing and the sizing of them, right? Just looking at this, right? These look like these candles just have the overall same sizing compared to this, right? And we kind of just, this one stands out the most, right? Using these three candles as well now, right? Looks like the overall same sizing, right? And then this candle comes out of nowhere. And I mean, it just stands out, right? It's way bigger than kind of like the range of candles that we were producing in, right? The sizing. So this is a true displacement, already telling me that like, oh, we have pre-market manipulation. And with this displacement going way lower, this candle was just a rebalance into this gap that we inverse to go lower. And we're disrespecting this gap as well. So it just looks like we're overall bearish and we want to reverse now, right? Because we are deep in, we are in premium now and we did see a nice manipulation move up here, plus internal manipulation right here. So just looks very nice, right? So this is 1 minute before 9:30. And from there, you could should have just place shorts and bam, right? You would target this low. And I mean, ideally, you wouldn't want to get like just like an entry off market open because you're kind of just free balling it and you don't want to be kind of just like, you want to have some confirmation. So with market open, if we start jumping down, right, you would just want to enter like around this range right here of this candle. And from there, you put stop loss higher, right? Or you could just put it right here. I mean, this would be risky, but you know, ideally your stop loss should just be up here though, right? And from there, if it gets hit, and what do we do now? We mark up this range now, right? From this to this, we are in discounts, and we do have manipulation right here. And with the amount of displacement that we have off of market open, we could expect price. If we don't just straight up start displacing, right? And this peaks out holding, and we don't just start displacing heavily, then I would assume that we will put in a rebalance move up higher to then go lower, right? Because if we do put in a rebalance higher, and we start continuing lower, most likely we'll just start dumping a good amount of points from that good rebalance that we put in. But if we just if we just straight up start displacing after this little rebalance right here, then I would expect like a rebalance around here in this range right up here or down here. So what do we do? Okay, we have this manipulation right here plus this one. We have internal manipulation now, and we do inverse this gap right here. But we don't want to just straight up long, right? Because we still don't understand if price wants to put in an actual good rebalance or if this is just it, or if price is just kind of chopping or hanging around in price around here right now, and then later just dumping, right? So we do have to just wait. We do have a displacement candle, or yeah, okay. So we do have a displacement candle, not the best displacement candle that you would want in price, but now for confirmation, we want to refer to this gap, right? If we wick into this gap and we start displacing, then you can put in long entries, turn it 1-to-1. But if price doesn't do that, okay, let's just wait now, right? Because there's nothing valid for us to take shorts either right now, right? Because price can easily just continue chopping around, right? And we don't have no internal manipulation for us to just go lower as well. So now we have another manipulation right here. So let's wait again. Okay. We inverse this gap. Okay, we displace, right? Now let's refer to this one, right? Okay, we displace up. You can put in enter into longs and TP for a 1-to-1, right? If he gets hit. And from there on, let's clear this up. We have a huge displacement lower, right? What do? We tap into price we rebalance into this gap. Seems like we're respecting it, and we do go down. This would be more so just like a entry based off of narrative, right? Because you don't know what we'll do with this manipulation right here. Plus, you don't know if price wants to just seek higher, right? For this manipulation to later then go lower, right? But with if you have a good narrative, right, then you can just place shorts right there, deeping for a 1-to-1 right there, and then TP gets it, right? So those are kind of like the trades that you could have took, right? I wouldn't promote taking trades like this though. And also for this type of trade, this is more like this is just much more advanced, right? And you kind of gotta understand what price truly wants to do for this type of entry, for this little scalp of rebalance, right? But we're too deep in discounts now in this range, right? And we're very close to this low as well. So like just trying to take this would be risky, and this would not be a good trade to take, right? Because you don't know if we'll just turtle soup this low and we'll start chopping around and then later on go lower, right? Your CB does get hit, but you gotta also kind of come with the conclusion of, oh, how many times will this work, right? Like you don't want to be taking these type of trades, right? You want to get better trades in, and you don't want to kind of be relying on these type of trades, right? Because how many times are these really going to work out, right? So yeah, we do put in a deep or a good amount of rebalance, right? And I'm pretty sure we just, and now we're just chopping in this range, but we should just start dumping if anything. But I mean, that was just like the recap for Friday and how I built my narrative. That's just how I build my narrative overall, right? I kind of just use the characteristics of the candles and the gaps, and also, using OBs. I don't know, just Peter Rays. I don't mainly focus on Peter Rays though, because I mean, a lot of traders use Peter Rays the wrong way, and I mean, they can just get hunted, right? In their stop loss with their basic ICC, and I just never see it work out. But yeah, I also just use ranges as well, and yeah, it's kind of just how I build my narrative, and